Farming is known to be one of the most lucrative ways of making money in Ghana. In this video, a Ghanaian farmer takes us through the details of running a successful greenhouse farm right here in Accra, Ghana. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are well. Guess what? We're right in the middle of Accra. I know you're wondering because you can see all these green, beautiful plants around me. You're probably thinking I'm up out of Accra or something. I'm in the middle of Accra. I'm with Farmer Nii, who runs these greenhouses right in the middle of Accra. We're going to learn a thing or two about how the project started, the challenges, whether it's cost intensive, the ins and outs of running this type of farm within Accra, Ghana. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and let's get right into it. All right, guys, so this is Nii. Nii is the one that runs this place. So this is called Farmer Nii, is that right?
Yes, Farmer Nii, yes.
Okay. So how long have you been running this for?
Well, on paper, 3 years, but then operational, this is our first year.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
we started
right.
this year.
Okay.
Yes.
What inspired the whole thing?
Well, I was looking for a different kind of business from what I usually do. I'm a civil engineer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and during the COVID, whilst I was at home with the kids, I started backyard farming with the kids.
Oh, okay.
So we took out all our flowers from the beds, started some planting and other stuff. So as part of trying to look for something different, I chanced upon the greenhouse farming.
Okay.
And it was also nice picking up fruits and veggies from your own
garden.
backyard.
Yeah, for sure. I was
like, okay, this is something I can do on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Yes, aside the fact that it's a business, it's a bit therapeutic for me as well, because you come in and then just seeing the plants growing and all that. So that's what started this whole thing. Yes, I didn't think I was going to go so much into it, but then I was like, okay, well, if I'm starting something, I'm the type that likes to go all in.
Out, yeah.
Or I don't go at all. So I decided to start this one.
Right.
So that's the genesis of
of how it started.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So do you still practice as a civil engineer?
Yes, I do practice.
You still do?
I still do.
So this is like a side thing?
I don't know which is, because the practice is a private practice as well.
Oh, okay.
So I have, let's say I have two businesses.
Okay.
So I run between which one needs me at what particular time.
Right.
So usually during the day, I like to pass here after dropping off the kids at school, and then spend some time here, see things are okay, then I probably rush back to the other side to see how things are going.
Cool. So once you started growing plants at home and you picked up with your kids, you thought it was interesting and all that. Yes. What did you do to get this place going? As
I told you, it's 3 years on paper, but just operational this year.
For a year,
So with the kids, we're doing the normal tomatoes, cucumbers. We did some few bell peppers and others at home.
Right.
So between, I think, COVID-19, so from 2019, I started reading more about greenhouses because I saw a couple of videos, trying to research, trying to put together the funds, resources. And all. I did a couple of trips around because there are quite a number around the country.
Oh, around, okay.
Yeah, but I went to Duenya, a few other places, took a look at what they had, looked at what I could find on the internet, trying to match the two. And probably with my engineering background as well, I tried to look at what I can tweak to suit what I wanted to do.
Right.
Yes, and that's what I did.
Okay.
Planning and then
executing.
Yes.
Was that an easy process?
It's not so, because it's high capital intensive as well. Yes. And this space is also more or less like very specialized, like a niche, and it's now catching up with most people are not going into that in the country. Yeah. So getting the right people to help you execute was one thing. Yes, I had to make sure I had the right people to help me to start. So it wasn't straightforward. It wasn't straightforward, yes. And I had a few challenges when we were putting up the structure as well, because I had some members that were not ready. So I had to fabricate them, get some of my workers to fabricate. I had to import. I imported these ones though.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes, but I had
Where from?
I got them from China.
Okay, okay, yeah.
So I had to import some other parts from other places as well. And then it wasn't just the structure, but also looking for the right seeds company. Yes. So I was also scouting around to see where I can get the best seed from, the best inputs.
Yeah.
Yes, because the structure is your produce is as good as what you put in. Yes,
for sure.
Yes,
So did you start it on your own?
Yes,
You did?
I did start.
Oh wow!
Yes.
And currently, I mean, it looks like you have workers here now.
Yeah, I have workers
Yeah.
here. One thing I really believe in is using professionals.
Okay.
I've read a lot, taken a couple of courses, but then I still want, because I'm a professional myself, I still want to have a professional who can help. Yeah, so I got myself an agronomist.
Okay.
So I have an in-house agronomist,
Okay.
a farm manager, and then I have 2 friends out there, external agronomists,
Right.
who come in with their advice. I also manage to do a few stuff where I have questions, I call them. So they come here once a week to help, yes. But basically, it's been me and the team.
Okay.
Yes. The farm manager is a woman.
Oh, okay.
She's a woman.
Yeah, okay.
And she has a girls team it's more like girls power. So,
that's why the plants are growing.
and you know, women are naturally take care of stuff better. Yes. So I feel like these are like babies.
Yeah.
Because it's controlled, everything has to be on point.
Yeah.
So you need someone that will more or less say motherly.
Yes, give it motherly love, basically.
Yes, basically. Awesome. So you can see I have the open field as well.
Yes,
Trying to do something on the open field.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to grow here?
I want to do a couple of leafy greens.
Oh, okay.
Yes, do a couple of leafy greens, hot peppers, habaneros.
Oh, right, okay.
Well. Yes.
Nii, did you, I mean, after doing the whole practicing at home and stuff like that, you had the option of doing regular farming.
Yes.
So why did you choose greenhouse farming over regular farming?
You know the issue about farming in the country where you often have the problem of not getting water for irrigation, the plants not being protected, helping to pest and other stuff, and also with ticks. So I just thought about it and I was thinking, I mean, if I to go into something, I'd want to make sure I'm in control of whatever I'm doing. Because I wouldn't want to have a story and like, no, it's raining and the plants were destroyed or there was a bushfire somewhere.
Right.
So I wanted something that was more protected. And I'd heard about the greenhouse space. So looking at it, I know the plant population inside. I'm controlling everything that's coming in, the water that I'm being fed to the plants, whatever nutrients, controlling the pest because it's not open to the open. Yeah, these were things that I can control. So I felt it was a better bet for me to go into greenhouse than to go into the normal
regular
traditional farming. Yes.
Okay. So even the space you've created out there, that would be greenhouse?
Yes, even with those ones out there, I have other means I want to, because the leafy greens, I plan on having like a small tunnel with the nets covering them.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you still don't have the insects control that, yes. Because you wouldn't want to have your greens with holes and so many other stuff. And we're also trying to prevent having to apply pesticide, insecticides and all of that.
Right.
So we're just trying to still figure out the best way we can come up with the produce for you. Yes. You know, your health is your wealth, as you say.
For sure. Like, it's so nice to see what you're doing here. It's really nice. So did you always have this space?
Yes, I've had this space for more than 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we've had, we had different plans for this space over here.
Right.
And initially, the farm was supposed to be outside Accra, somewhere up on the mountains, Zebri. But then I was also looking at the distance. I had to go and come every day. The issues of absentee farmers, because she can't be stationed there while I was doing my engineering stuff as well. But this being in the center of town, it's easier for me. So I said, okay, I mean, we have plans for this place, but then we're not ready
to use it for those things.
Yes, and I also didn't want the case where I'll have people encroaching or trying to, you know, the issue about land in Accra. So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity for me to put up something. I still get the plan engaged. These are structures that I can easily move away from there if I have to. Yes, but I mean, considering if I look at the cost-benefit analysis and I feel this is a better venture. Maybe we'll probably scale up and add more greenhouses.
Nice. So these are all like fruits from
these
your...
were fruits. Yeah, we harvested these ones yesterday. You can see these are the beef.
Wow.
Yes, these
They're
are
really
the beef.
big.
Yes, and then these are the plum tomatoes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and you can tell they're just fresh.
Yes. Very fresh.
At times you pick them when they break color, not fully. Some people prefer to have them and then
like
keep
this.
them on the shelf for longer.
Right.
Yes.
So it ripens over time.
Over time,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But you can tell it's firm.
Yes, very
even with
firm.
the ripe ones.
Yes,
very firm.
Very firm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's all flesh. Yes. Very big. So we sorting these out for delivery today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Some people place the orders, so we pick from the greenhouse and then we send to you.
Wow.
So straight from
awesome.
yes, straight
farm to table, basically.
farm to table. Yes, and that's what we're trying to tailor the business around. Yes, give you a tailored service where you get your fresh produce right from us.
So you sell straight to the consumer, not to market people?
Well, that is what we're doing right now.
Okay.
We're trying to sell to households, getting people.
Okay.
Hopefully, if people can subscribe weekly, bi-weekly, whatever is okay with them, we do the packaging for you and then send to you. I've had a couple of the farmers market guys coming in to make inquiries. I supply to a couple of them as well.
Oh, okay.
But then I feel like if we can get them directly to the final consumer, it's a better prospect for us than having to route it
through like markets and stuff. Okay,
yes.
Awesome. All right, well, can you show me around your greenhouse? Because I'm excited to see what's inside.
Okay, so let's start with, this is the nursery.
Okay.
This is where we do the nursery. We nurse all the seeds.
Okay.
And then get the seedlings ready before we move
transfer them over.
Transplant them over there. And then these are the beds we've done for the open fields.
Right.
Yes, we're using the covered mulch. Yes, the mulch prevents weed growth. Doesn't allow weeds to grow
in it. Okay.
It also helps conserve the moisture in there. So if you look, it's not ready yet, but we have the tape. We have the drip tape. This is what's going to bring in the water.
Oh, right.
To the plants.
All the way through to the end.
Yes, all the way to the end. So then it's also going to be irrigated.
Okay.
Yes, so it's not an issue where we have to wait for rain, so we have to wait for whichever other mechanism we have to use.
Do you have some special soil that you're using here, or is this regular?
No, this is just regular
whatever
soil.
was on the ground. Yeah.
This is regular soil, but then we added a couple of poultry manure.
Okay, yeah.
Tilled it into the ground from the beds, and then we covered it up.
Okay.
Yes, so we're going to do the peppers, the hot peppers, habaneros, do some leafy greens, kale, and then a few other stuff, maybe a few herbs. I also want to dedicate like a couple of lines for home consumption for myself personally. So all
that
the
is
things,
fair,
yes,
that is fair, yeah.
At least I know what's
in it. Yeah, for sure.
Probably with time, maybe we'll allow kids to come in and pick and choose
what they want. That would
and
be
then
cool.
You come in over there and you just
that would be really cool. They would love it. So, are you waiting for a particular season to start planting, or
no? We just need to mount up the water tank over here.
Okay.
But unfortunately, my machine broke. We were doing some bits of works over there.
Okay.
So I'm hoping probably maybe in the next 2 weeks they should be ready, and then we do that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
This is a big land though. Like, how big is it? How many plots is
it's 10 plots.
Oh, okay.
It's 10
yeah,
plots,
it's really big. Yeah. You've got a good spot because now East Legon Hills is like
it's a hot,
it's a hot area. Yeah.
Yes, and I mean over here, what I also like is that it's close to the city center. Well, it's in the city, so it's easy for you to transport and move things out. I mean, people can call you and tell, oh, I need 5 kg tomatoes or 2 kg bell peppers and all that. Can you organize? It's easy to put them together, put them in a box, get a dispatch.
To pick it up straight away.
Just straight away, yes. And then people living around can just drive in here, have a look, pick up stuff. So that's one advantage I get with this space. I also believe these days it doesn't have to be large commercial farms. I mean, you can maximize whatever small space you have. And see how efficient you can be with it. So
what's this thing we're stepping on? What is it? Is this soapy water?
No, it's chlorine.
Oh, chlorine.
Yeah, it's chlorine with water.
Okay.
Just to disinfect your feet before you come in. You come
inside, okay.
Yes. So these were some of the the plants that couldn't make it in there into the greenhouse, because we always factor in about 10%.
Right.
Just in case we have issues with the seedlings, we change them.
Right.
But then we had very good germination rates. So because the nursery is not in use now, we just brought them in here.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, so, we try to give them a little bit of the treatment they get in here.
In here as well. Yeah. Well, they're all they were all bearing fruit now.
Bearing
So
fruits,
yeah.
yes.
So with this, it doesn't matter what season you're in.
It doesn't. You can grow all year
round.
Yes, all year round.
So it sounds like a better way to farm then.
Yes, it is, because as I said, you don't have to depend on the weather.
Yeah.
Yes, once you have your irrigation going for you, you have it. You can tell. You see, these are nets, so you don't have insects coming in. So you don't have the insects coming to worry you. You don't need to be spraying all the time.
Right.
Yes,
right.
and then you're also controlling the water.
As well. Yeah. So is it because it's a bit more expensive? Is that why more people don't use this method of farming?
Well, it's one of the reasons.
Okay.
Yes, but then there are people who've come up with makeshift greenhouses. You don't need to
go make it like this.
Yeah, like
this.
They can get wood, put out the structure, get the nets to prevent the insects from coming in, and then the rubber at the top to prevent the water
from coming in as well. Yeah.
So you can go based on how you want it.
Right.
Yes, it doesn't necessarily have to be like this
like
one.
this, okay.
But then I think the problem is the knowledge about greenhouse farming. It's entirely different from the open field, because there are certain practices on the open field you can't do there over here.
Like what?
At times maybe with the spacing, how you space the plants, how many heads you want to, the varieties you want to do over here.
Right.
Because over here, if we go in, so the same routine.
Okay.
So you can see how the greenhouse looks like.
Yeah.
We have the vines to tomatoes, and they're being trellised on the line up. Because if you should leave them, they'll be all on the floor.
Okay.
Yes. So we need to support them from going up. And these are indeterminate tomatoes. Indeterminate means that they can grow throughout. So you decide to terminate it. Or something decides to terminate the growth of the tomatoes.
It keeps bearing fruit,
basically.
Bearing fruit, yes.
So you probably start having lower yields or a disease or something kills them off.
Okay.
You're going to have them growing throughout the year.
Okay.
So because of that, they need all the space to do that.
Okay.
The advantage of the greenhouse is that it gives you the chance to be able to fit in so many plants here that you wouldn't be able to fit in
if you did outside on the field. Okay.
Yes. Some school of thought, some people say probably a greenhouse of this size is probably about you harvesting on an acre.
Okay.
That's about 4 plots.
Yeah, right. So this is in a smaller space, basically.
You can see how the plants are spaced out over here.
Yeah.
And then because they're in the greenhouse, we also want circulation to come. Keep the plants cool and all that, prevent diseases. So you have them pruning the bases of the plants together.
Right.
And then because they're growing taller, we just keep trellising them and then layering as well. Okay. So if you look at this plant, for instance, if you trace it, you see,
it goes all the way
there.
Okay.
So within this small space here, we're able to fit so many plants coming in.
Yes. Can you grow all sorts of plants in a greenhouse, or some plants can't?
Well, you can grow a lot of plants. Usually, the fruiting plants. Yeah. You can do that. You can also decide to do, if you want to do some leafy greens or whatever you want to, you can do that.
Like tomatoes.
The tomatoes, the peppers, the cucumbers, you can grow them, But then you want to plant high fetching produce. Because you can't come into the greenhouse space and produce, probably grow something that doesn't fetch much fruits and premium prices. Right. And because you can also grow throughout the year, let's say taking tomatoes for instance, in Ghana, there are periods in which you have tomatoes, and then there are periods where there are those shortfalls in the supply. You can grow them throughout. So you can even decide to plan and stagger your growth based on what is available on the market and what is not available on the market. So you can see the beef ones. Yes. These are the beef tomatoes.
So I guess that all played a role in what you decided to grow in
Yes,
here. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So these are not the kind of tomatoes. Can you find these tomatoes in the regular local market?
No.
No.
What you would find is on the other side. We'll see more of those ones when we
Right.
get there.
Okay.
This is the one I gave you inside, the very big one, the beef
Right.
one.
Yes. Yes.
Probably
yes.
have them in burgers or
Yeah.
sandwiches and all
Right.
that.
Okay.
But then people say tomato is tomato, so it doesn't matter what you do with it.
No,
As
it
far as
actually tastes different.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think if you're into food, I think you can taste the difference.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's one hallmark of the greenhouse farming.
Mm.
The taste of the fruits in there
Mm-hmm.
are different. They are not. They are better than what you often have outside in the
Right.
open markets.
Yeah.
Yes, and also that has to do with you having your best farming practices.
Right.
How
Right.
you watering them, how you getting them fed.
Mm.
Yes, they all inform how well they turn out.
Yeah.
And you're not, putting so much water. You're regulating almost every bit of it, so it's not all watery. You can actually
Right.
taste and know that these are sweet
Sweet
tasting.
tomatoes.
Yes,
Yeah.
tomatoes. Yes.
Okay. Ah. So yeah, so you've got tomatoes, capsicums, which is what green pepper, and then what
yes.
else have you
And then
got?
I've got the cucumbers as well.
Cucumbers as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will take you there and then you can have a look
Look,
at those
okay.
ones as well.
Cool.
So this is the other type of the tomatoes. And this is
tomatoes.
what's more common on the market.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, these
yeah.
are the plum. Most people say Navrongo.
Navrongo
Bolga.
tomatoes,
Yes,
yeah,
these
yeah,
are
yes. These are delicious, actually. These
Yes,
are,
they
yeah,
are.
the Navrongo tomatoes are nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are that as well, just bigger.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
And I mean, they're still going to grow bigger.
Bigger,
yes.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can tell. You can see from this size. Based on the practices you have, you tend to have them getting bigger. It's about what you want. Do you want bigger, more quality ones, or you want just the numbers?
The numbers,
So
yeah.
at times they come probably more fruits on the cluster, but then we cut some of them off.
Oh, okay.
So that the energy is used on the other fruits to get
So
them
they
to
can
get bigger.
Okay.
But you can have so many fruits, tiny smaller
right,
fruits on them.
right.
Yes, yes.
So generally, how long does it take to fruit like this?
We started in August.
Okay.
And yes, got them transplanted here in September.
Okay, that's
And
not
in
very
November,
long.
yeah, so October, November. So let's say within the 3 months period.
This
yes,
is really cool.
we've started harvesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
And almost we try to do it almost every week, but at times based on the demand. Some people, as I said, like them when they just break color.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and then some of them also want them very ripe. Yes, but I prefer them ripe on the vine because I feel
Okay.
like when they're on the vine, it's tastier.
Right. Can you eat, I mean, let's say I wanted to plant tomatoes and I wanted to do like a very tiny greenhouse
yes.
inside my house. Is that possible?
It's very possible.
Really?
Yes, it's very possible. All you
Okay.
need is just the space and then mature. What you're thinking about preventing insects coming in with the
Coming in,
nets,
yeah.
preventing the water coming in, and then you can do
you're
that.
good.
Yes.
Okay.
Over here, we're not planting in the soil. I don't know if you noticed.
Well, so what's that? The
So
root
these
is coming
are
out of?
coconut peat.
Oh,
yes.
like
So
the thing you
husk from the
coconut.
yes.
Okay.
So that's what's in the grow bag, and then we
Right.
plant into it.
Right.
So the nutrients are fed into the husk and then the bags, and then the tomatoes pick them up from here. So in this case, we are controlling what's inside because it's just sterile, empty, nothing in there. So whatever nutrient that is being fed to the plants, you have to decide what you want.
What you want to
feed it.
put inside.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Could you have used soil instead?
We could have used soil as well, but then with this one as well, it also takes out the issue of having to deal with soil-borne diseases.
Okay,
as well,
yeah,
because
okay.
often the soil, some of them tend to have yes, and you have to be treating them
Right,
and all
right.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it cuts down all these extra
things.
out for you.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you're doing a good job here, you know. If it wasn't so warm in here, I'd like to sleep here.
Yes. There's a thermometer in there. I think it's in the middle. So at times it gives us
A gauge of how the
hot it
temperature
in
is.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we then decide whether to bring down the shade cloth
Oh, okay.
or to leave the shade cloth
Right,
on them. Yes.
right. Have you had any failed batches of anything?
Yes, I mean it's a continuous learning process. So we have a few issues, we learn from them, and then we move on.
Yeah.
As I said, getting the skill set is also difficult. Getting the people to work with, trying to get them to understand what we're doing, the concept and everything. Yes, and to know that you can't bring what you know from outside in here.
In here, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are times maybe let's say during irrigation, you would want to make sure all these things are in there.
What are they?
These are the drippers or the emitters.
Right.
Yes, the drip arrows. They bring the water. So if you look on the side, the water from the irrigation room.
Right.
And then it's fed in here.
Into here.
There are moments you probably come and it's out. So it means that the plants don't receive any
water.
Yes.
Okay.
So you come and then you have the plants rotting. And we had an issue I think last week.
Oh. Okay.
And because you're controlling everything, there's no buffer in case anything goes wrong. You come and then the plant is
dead. Yeah.
And when we have that inconsistency with the watering, maybe 1 minute it's moist, the next minute it's very dry. We tend to have bits of end rods. I saw one of them. We tried to take them off.
What are they?
You find a browning of the base of the fruit. Yes, because it wasn't able to take in the calcium nutrients.
Right.
Yes, either it's because it was too moist or was too dry at that moment. Yes, we've had issues with that. At times when there's the doors are not properly managed throughout the opening and closing, you could tend to have pests coming and insects coming in.
Okay.
Fortunately, we've not had that issue because we try to be very particular
careful about that. Okay.
Yes. And then there was a point we had an issue with our irrigation. So the irrigation of it wasn't very consistent.
Right.
So when it happens like that, you tend to lose some of the clusters.
Oh, okay.
So we started very well, and then along the line we start losing a few of the clusters. You come in and you realize that it's 1 or 2 fruits forming. But these are all things that we learn along the way, and then you tweak. Yes, yes. There are moments you'd come in and you find maybe there's a nutrient deficiency, and then you probably have to give a particular regime or change a particular regime and all that. Yes.
Right.
So we're still learning, still improving, still trying to see how best we can.
Good, yeah.
Yes.
Do you use fertilizers and stuff like that too?
Yes, we use fertilizer. So the fertilizer is added to the water.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we call the fertigation, fertilizer with irrigation.
With irrigation mixed
coming
together.
in, yes.
Okay.
And then that's what's fed into the grow bags and then they take them. So in this case, because you're controlling it, you're not even wasting so much water, you're not wasting fertilizer. Whereas on some places, people just broadcast as fertilizer or just put them at the base. In this case, everything is being calculated, controlled over there, and then you give them. So if it's 400 mils per plant, you know you are giving 400 mils per plant.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you know how much water you've given every particular plant.
Yeah. It looks so pretty, like.
Thank you. You've met the team.
Yeah, I have
you
met
some
these.
of them.
Yeah.
They had no knowledge of a greenhouse.
Oh, and you
stuff.
just taught them.
Yes, with the team,
So
we taught
nice.
them, and they're doing really well,
Yeah.
exceptionally well.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yes.
amazing. If I wanted a job here, will you give it to me? Is there positions available?
Yeah, there are positions available.
There are,
You'd have to
okay.
tell us how beneficial you'd be to us. And we'll look at
Okay,
that.
okay.
But I'm sure we can always find a role for you.
For
over
me,
here.
okay.
Over here, the guys and the ladies here, they were from, the guys were squatters on the property.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the lady in there, one of the ladies was also a squatter out on the property.
Oh, okay.
And then trying to get new workers and people out. I was like, what I need is like the best of character. Once I'm okay with the character,
you can teach them.
Teach them.
Yes, yes.
And we taught them.
Yeah.
One of the lady was, unfortunately, she had to drop out from school, SS, because she got pregnant. And she was just jobless. And then she came on. And she's doing marvelously well.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's really good.
Inusa was just squatter. He calls me if anyone encroaches the land and all that. And he's the one doing a lot of the work as well.
Wow, that's
Yes.
really good. So you were more heavily involved in the beginning and now
Yes, I've been involved right on from the start.
Up
Yes,
until
and even
now.
choosing the shape of the greenhouse and everything. I did everything
Okay,
myself.
okay.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
This was all stuff you figured out, like this whole chlorine water thing.
Yes,
from
I
your
mean
research.
it's not. I'm not reinventing the wheel.
Okay.
These are
So
stuff
it's
that have
been
been done
before.
years before.
Yeah, yeah.
So welcome to our cucumber house.
Oh, these are cucumbers.
Yeah. So these they were really tall. We had to lower them and bring them down.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So,
Why is that? Why do you have
because,
to lower it?
so because we only have this headroom.
Oh,
to play
okay,
with.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
Beyond that,
It
then
can't
we
go
can't.
beyond that.
Yeah. So we just bring them down
Right.
for us to see.
Right.
So we keep dropping them as we pick the rows. So all the fruits on these sides have been picked already.
Oh, okay.
So then we have new fruits
Coming
forming,
up. So these
coming
are
up.
baby cucumbers.
Yeah, so they are all coming up.
Oh,
New fruits. Yeah.
okay.
I know. I think people eat the blossoms as well. But
Oh,
I wouldn't
okay.
think it's something that is
Common around
common
here.
around
Yeah, yeah.
But all these ones will turn into big fruits.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
And they grow really fast.
Really fast.
Yes.
Well, what period of time does this grow?
This is about a month, slightly
Oh,
more
really?
than a month.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
This slightly more than a month.
So,
A month and a half.
so this will be good for my, like, if you did something at home then, because it sounds like
Yes,
it'd be
I
the
mean,
quickest.
these are easy to grow. These are easy to grow.
Oh, look, there's one big one here.
Yes. I mean, you can pick them.
Wow. Can you eat it?
Yes, you can.
You can eat it. Can I try it?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
See? Crunchy
Very crunchy.
and sweet.
Oh,
And you can have
yum.
these you can use them for pickles, whatever you want to.
Wow.
Better than the usual flour-based foods.
Wow. So you don't pick a fruit every time you come inside?
I try not to. I try not to. But at times for lunch, I just pick one or two. Yes.
So would you say that cucumbers are the easiest to grow in comparison to the tomatoes and then the capsicums? Yeah.
Because well, it takes a lot of work because they grow very fast. So we
Right.
need to always be dropping them. Because
Oh,
they're
okay.
growing longer.
Right,
Yes.
right.
But then in terms of the turnover, you're able to harvest so much from them within a short span.
Right,
Yes, and it doesn't really need much work apart from the trellising and having to. Yes.
right.
But then they are easy to grow.
So what would you say the most challenging part of like your job is?
Probably maybe trying to keep up with the standard we're trying to set, and then getting people to buy in into what I'm trying to achieve over here. Because I always like to put my face to whatever business I do. It's a representation of who I am. So I feel like anything that goes wrong,
It's on you. Yeah.
indictment on me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, and you know, we all come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for some people to accept why you want it
This way,
and
yeah.
it's not that way.
Right.
I mean, it can work, so
Right.
why just the way insisting on it? Yes, I think that's been the most challenging
right,
part of it.
right.
Yeah. But all in, I think I've had very good people to
Work with, that's
Yes,
great,
people
yeah.
who are ready to learn and challenge themselves.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's really good.
And that's always key for me. As far
Yeah.
as they're ready to learn and challenge themselves.
Then you're all right, yeah. Nice. No, I like what you're doing. Did you have any investors at all? No, it's all you. Wow, good job. Yeah. So all the profits is for you alone.
No.
Yeah, no, it smells very nice in here. Like you can smell the
Yes.
capsicums. Yeah, it smells really, really good. So these are, you have all three colors, is that right?
I have two.
You have two colors.
I mean, if we add the green to it, then say three.
Okay.
But then the green change into the red,
red.
or the,
Or the yellow. Oh,
yes.
really? I didn't even know that. I thought they were
Yeah.
different.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So these two rows are the yellow, and then these four, the red.
Red, okay.
Yes. People tend to buy the red more than the yellow. But I don't know. I prefer the yellow, to the red because I think it tastes better.
Better.
Yes.
Is it a taste thing for them or they just like the color?
Probably the color.
Color
Red
of
is
it,
an
yeah,
attractive
yeah,
color,
it's quite
yes.
bright, yeah. What's it like growing these as well? Is it easy, like the cucumbers?
No, these ones need a lot of attention.
Okay.
But then the tomatoes need more attention than
These
these ones,
Okay.
yes. What's the major problem with these ones are pests. They have this pest that really like them.
Oh, okay.
Trips. And when they come on, it becomes very difficult
To get rid of them.
to get rid of them. And then they affect the fruits. It doesn't make them attractive, look nice.
Okay.
And then they chew on the young leaves. So more or less stunts the growth of it. Yeah, so the whole idea is to try and prevent them from coming in. Yes, so it's actually grows like a bushy plant, but then you have to just more or less prune and break the extras off.
Right.
And then we just leave them running with just 2 stems.
Oh, okay.
So you can see it's 2 stems and then they go down up here like a V.
Yeah.
Yes, so some people like to keep theirs bushy, but then when you unfortunately have a pest issue, it'll be very difficult.
Right, to
Yes.
get rid of it.
And also when it's too much and you have too many fruits forming, because you're looking at the numbers, you don't tend to get big fruits.
Right.
Because the energy is being taken by all those other small fruits. But then when you limit them to 2, in our case, then you tend to have bigger fruit sets. Yes.
Okay.
Which are good selling points for us.
Yes. Do you think this is good business for people to get into?
Definitely. I mean, as I told you earlier, food. I mean, during the height of the COVID, most people were panicking about food, where to get food from and all that. One of the reasons why I also took to the backyard farming and I started this is I had this food vendor we used to call, pick the food on the internet, what you want, they buy and then they bring to you. But during that time, they couldn't supply because I think it was the movements, the restrictions, and so many other stuff. So, I mean, that got me into doing the backyard and then going into this as well. I mean, food would always be a selling point. One other thing is that if it doesn't even sell as human, you could always give it out. I mean, there's a lot of joy in giving out as well.
Yes, for sure.
That's not a hope.
You can eat it yourself.
You can eat it. My fridge is full of tomatoes. I mean, so yes.
Okay.
But it's a good venture. And as I said, you don't need to go in with like so many stuff like what I have here. You can just start basic and add on with time. Yes, add on. And it doesn't have to be a big space. You could have even just 2 rows. And then it serves you in the house. Yes.
It's actually cooler in here. Is it? Do you guys adjust the temperature?
It's because we have the shade nets on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the shade net repels the heat, yes, and
okay.
keeps the place cool.
Right,
yes,
right.
and I think our white floor also helps as well
Right.
because it doesn't absorb the heat, as
okay,
well.
okay.
Yes.
So the temperatures in each greenhouse varies. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
I think you can see we have a thermometer here. I think it's 36.4 degrees here,
okay.
and then the humidity is 46%.
Okay.
So these are things we also look at, yes, and then we know that, okay, should we put the shade nets on or take the shade nets off? Yes. Okay. It all affects how the plants grow as well. They are sticky traps.
Okay.
Yes, and then it gives us an indication of whether there are lots of insects in the greenhouse or not.
Oh.
So when the insects go on, then they get stuck on it.
Then
you could be checking it daily to see if you have a lot of them on.
Okay.
And it informs you whether you need to probably
spray insecticides or something. Okay,
yes.
okay. So all the greenhouses have them.
All of them have.
Okay. And this is what it looks like when it's first coming out.
Yes, so it starts like the flower and then becomes the fruits and then starts increasing in size.
Right.
So when they're trying to tie around the rope, you see, they tie the rope around it. So you hold it and then you twist it around it. Sometimes because they are all learning, they tend to break it.
Okay.
And then you just lose the plants. Yes.
Right, okay.
So you have your losses, but then in all, I think it's not a bad venture to go into. Yes. And as I told you, I mean, once you make food affordable for everyone, then you are sure that people can eat healthy. So what I try to do is delivering from the farm straight to the table of the family. We cut out the middleman issue. So as you go to the malls or wherever you want to, paying so much on because they have so many overheads on them, you buy from us at a very low price. Yes. And then everybody's happy. Yes.
Do you think greenhouse farming should be the alternative to the traditional farming, or do you think there's a place for traditional farming?
There's still a lot of space in the traditional farming. You saw what is happening outside. We still have it covered. It's still normal traditional, but with improvements on that. I think this one is mainly for certain plants that are difficult to grow outside. And also if you'd want to have that year in, year out production cycle, And also, if you also want to, like let's say the tomatoes, where you have a limited space,
Yeah.
you can do the greenhouse farm
Right.
because you can have a lot within that space as compared to having needing a big tract of land to
For
do
that,
that. Yes.
yeah, I get you.
So in this case, right in the middle of Accra, we're producing so many
That's
over here.
right, yeah.
But to do the same thing on an open field, I'll need a bigger tract of
That's
land to
right.
do
And you would
that.
have to go further
Go further
away
out of
as
Accra.
well.
The adds out cost, transportation in
Yeah.
and out, the risk involved
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. Well, I think you're doing really great work here.
thank
That
you.
cucumber was delicious. I'm definitely going to get some groceries before I leave. Where can my subscribers find you if they want to contact you or...
Well, they can reach. I'm on Instagram at the moment as Farmer Nii.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm not on any other social media
social media,
page.
okay.
Yes, yes. But when you go on Instagram, you can send me a
A
message.
message, okay.
WhatsApp, my WhatsApp number is on there. You can
Okay. Just
send me a
send a
message.
WhatsApp
Yes,
message as well.
and I'll respond to them. Yeah,
Okay,
briefly.
well, thank
Yes,
you. Thank you for
you're
bringing us
welcome.
through here. I
You're
loved it.
welcome.
It's been really, really lovely. I'm actually considering, like, if I can get, like, maybe, I don't know, 2 hours in a week or something, just come chill and see what they do here, you know? Be really nice. Therapeutic, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed the tour of Farmer Nii's greenhouse. It's been so lovely. I've loved every bit of it. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you want to see all these new businesses that are coming up, you want to learn from them, give me a thumbs up so I know you want to see more of them. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow your bliss, so now life is short. Follow your bliss, na nipa yedin. Follow your bliss, na di ebesi biaye, and follow your bliss, na den ne mada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.